Hello and welcome to the Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time Twitch stream for Adventure Highways Sleuths in Waterdeep. My name is Blake Komar and I am the Dungeon Master for this stream. I'm very excited to have our cast today come in. We had someone come on last week, kind of subbing in, and we're gonna see how she rolls. And just to introduce Sarah, why don't you tell us a little about yourself and a little bit about your character?
All right. Hi, my name is Sarah Massa, and I play Carlotta Tealeaf, also known as Carl. She is a halfling gunslinger and also a old lady cowboy who has no idea what's going on at this point. She's just following everyone else.
Very nice. And she had a great introduction last week and had the need for speed after a while when the bobsled took off with Brogan and Zari, which leads us to Kyle. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us about your character?
So I am Kyle Lawson. I play Brogan Naked Eye, who is the greatest PI to ever exist in the Chaos realm. Self proclaimed, but we're still gonna ride that train till the wheels fall off, just like the bobsled.
Very nice. And the wheels, I mean, that was ridden to perfection, that bobsled. Perfection. Again, I still don't know why there was a jump in those stairs, but you hit that jump, did the 360 perfect. Awesome jump, terrible stair construction. Nick, why don't you tell us a little about yourself and your character?
Hey, I play Steve Froman, the barbarian. Excuse me, former deli manager, kind of dad bod idiot stuck in limbo now, I guess. However, I am the self-proclaimed king of limbo, so things are going pretty good that way.
Everyone is now the self-proclaimed king of limbo, I think.
Some the self-proclaimed something for
Yeah.
sure.
Um, Last but certainly not least, Brittany, why don't you tell us about yourself and your character?
Hi, my name is Brittany Rykuma. I play the Battlesmith Artificer Zari, and she looks like she knows what's happening. She doesn't, but she looks like it.
Yeah, that's what I guess a whole bunch of belt buckles on your boots and a lot of like leather and metal gear and goggles will help with.
And fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
accessories add a lot to someone's persona. We can definitely say, Kyle.
Hey, 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 we were in trouble. The have to wear pants rule was all Zari. For a while, it was touch and go.
That is true. That is true. That is true. And like, well, anyway, I would like to just thank everyone who's been watching weekly. Our numbers have been building on the ups and downs, but slowly but surely. And everyone who's been tuning in has been really awesome and wonderful. So thank you for doing so. As a small reminder, we stream on every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. Um, and Wednesdays, by the evening, we usually have the VOD out on the YouTube channel and the audio out on Spotify. Both are at Adventure Highway or Adventure Highway as the streams. And you can also check us out on Twitter for more news coming out of what's going on and stream information. And without further ado, a slight recap, I guess, before we jump in. Our adventurers were in Waterdeep on an adventure, found themselves catapulted in a way through a mismanaged spell to Limbo, while the Tree of Life's branch fell off and was going to land on the city, but instead landed on their position with just in the nick of time, getting mage teleported out to somewhere in Limbo. They found themselves in dire scenario, getting rescued by the Gith Zerai, who showed up in Spelljammers, but not before Steve found himself with a baby on board from the evil Slad Toads.
I'm a deli manager, not a dad.
That's a baby daddy all day.
Now 3 kids.
I want you to know that if I have this frog child, he's going to be the most amazing frog child that ever lived.
Yeah, he's going to be raised with love is the important part, I think.
I know. He will not be raised with love. He'll be raised to win.
He'll be raised to win.
I was mediocre. You will not be, son.
You will be better.
He'll be hearing stories about junior high football.
No, endless stories. I was so almost all conference.
Yeah, so almost Pee Wee All Conference, Little
That's
Tigers.
right. Yeah, the little tigers.
As you all got rescued, you were taken to the Master Splinter, who runs the floating city for the Gith Zerai, who gave you uh, I guess it's a mission to be like, hey, look, I can't get you unpregnant, but I know who might be able to help you. And by the way, if you're looking to ever get back to the material plane, it seems like there's branches falling off the Ashen World Tree, and you might it possibly would have to go to another plane to go learn how to get out of here. Which he sent you to go find a certain stone at a monodrone palace, a clockwork palace dedicated to order. And this stone, this gem, this piece of pure order was essentially powering this clockwork temple. You guys retrieved the stone only to piss off thousands of monodrones, duodrones, tridrones, pentadrones, and quadrones, to be saved by Carl, who peeks her head out of a wall saying, hey guys, there's an elevator shaft over here, in which a crazy chase sequence ensues, in which you finally end up getting out of the Clockwork Palace through the whole floating island that is floating through chaos, and are able to fly back with Argyle, the Pegasus, to uh, the floating city of the Gith Zerai.
I'd
And
like to shout
upon
out to
returning,
Argyle.
everyone loses their wild magic. To hear from the other side of the city walls, you see Kiwa's head pop out. You hear, take off your shoes and come on in. And that is where we start today.
For the last time, Kiwi, I don't wear shoes.
Uh, yeah, you don't, Brogan. That's right.
I will then avert my
Her
eyes
cheeks
from
flush
her.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I curl my talons some.
Just click your talons on the floor.
Yeah, I'm just like, ugh.
And
All right, come on, regular Argyle. Let's go. You have now transformed into 4 different flying things. You are the MVP
So am I
of the
still
party.
passed out on the top of Argyle?
you would
here?
probably just be waking up now because you had passed out seeing all the monodrones, duodrones. You had what did you guys
sure.
describe he had?
Hypertension.
Yeah, hypertension.
Oh yeah.
Can we
Makes
have
sense.
Steve wake up
There's a
in
lot
the
of deli
most
meat in my
bad
pants.
way possible? Can Steve wake up from his own fart and just get surprised?
No.
Please. It's like, oh,
Immediately blames it on Argyle, by the way. Immediately.
I'm like walking the horse, and then I'm like, really, Steve?
Yep. Your bowling short, tan pants, and New Balance shoes are covered in grease. And
I'm gonna
Kiwa looks
make
over.
hold on. I got a dexterity save coming real quick.
Yeah.
I fall off the horse
You
because
slide
I'm
right off the
asleep and
horse.
oily on the horse.
As you fall to the ground, Kiwa looks over at you, looks over at Carl, and says, "Who's this, cowgirl?"
My name's Carl. So
I'm just gonna like bafflingly look at Carl and get up. And I'm assuming I'm still like in my Conan-ish outfit that I had.
No, you're
going
back
on.
to a bowling shirt that's just
Oh,
covered in
okay,
grease
all
now.
right.
Yeah.
I was hoping for Whitey Titans.
But it's
and New
like,
Balance.
so the grease was on my skin and the shirt is now like over that, and so there's like oil coming. Okay, great. No, that's good. That's how I planned that. So I'm gonna get up and like obviously uncomfortable, and I'm gonna look at these guys and say, I feel like I need a shower. Like, can we arrange that like ASAP?
Yes.
Yeah,
Water.
there's a wave pool in the
Quick
palace.
jug at him and just fill him with
The
water.
wave pool in the palace. There is. I forgot. There's an actual wave pool in the palace.
As you look down, you see in front of you a halfling with a cowboy hat sitting there with a pistol in hand.
Yeah. Are you tipping your hat at me? I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, well, I don't know when you showed up, but happy to have you along, I guess. And are her shoes on?
Up to you, Carl. Have you taken your shoes off?
No.
I'm gonna point at him and say your shoes are on.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I will not be taking them off. I don't care what
That's fair.
happens.
I mean, foot odor is a really common thing.
Yeah, no one's looking at my feet.
As you hear from the other side of the walls, come on, guys, take your shoes off and come on in.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to open the door. So we'll get our way through and start bebopping in.
And you see Kiwa standing at the front door and looks over at Steve. Your shoes are off.
No, they're absolutely on right now.
On Zari.
One's on, one's off.
One's
One's in the process of being taken off because she has so many couples.
Oh, so you're in the
along.
process? Are you just like hopping along?
Yeah.
Give me an acrobatics real quick. See how well this works out. Or athletics, either one. As you're hopping along, undoing 50 buckles on each boot. Oh, you're fine. You've done this before. That's why you're the pro at 50 buckles a boot.
It's turned into like a dance move somehow.
And looks at Carl and says, "Well, I don't know where you came from, but your shoes are on."
Yes, they are.
It's all
She
about
keeps the end of discussion.
Have you ever met the Gith Zerai, Carl? Is what she asks. Probably
No.
not. If you had been in the Clockwork Temple for the past month, then you wouldn't have if you were from Waterdeep. And she says, "You know, one thing you need to know, Carl. We're all about respect here at the floating city with the Gith Zerai. We're all about treating each other with respect. And one of our common respects is you take your shoes off."
I'm gonna lean down to Carl while Kiwi is saying this and say, "Don't worry. They try to take looks at our feet. We know where the stones are in the house. We got you covered. They're not gonna do anything weird yet."
As this is going on, I'm going to start taking my shoes off so I don't catch the same shade.
She's now reprimanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the chick's not
Carl,
looking.
Carl, I guess, takes her cowboy boots off, and she like does that one where like you take one off and then you try to take the other, but you're like bouncing.
Oh,
She's
do the
just like trying to
athletics or
get it.
acrobatics as you're watching Zari with one foot up in the air doing 50 buckles.
Doing Pilates while I'm doing
Yeah.
50.
It's like straight up, and she's like da, 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 da.
Doing the 90-degree leg grab with an 8 as you are like swaying back and forth. Roll me one more to see if you are able to stay on your feet. As
I rolled a nat 20 on my acrobatics. Can I just be like, at her and put her up, right?
well, she stays up fine as you go to jump in there. All of a sudden, she stays up fine. As boot wise, you're finally able to hop while you're getting that other boot off. She says, "Very well. Have you all grabbed the piece of order, the stone of creation, the what Master Splinter sent you out for?"
Yes.
Fantastic. We can.
Greatest sleuths.
I think we can really help you. I think we can really help you. Come to the palace. Master Splinter's in the infinity pool. We must leave at once. As
Please be wearing
she.
pants.
What's that? Sorry.
Can you please be wearing pants when we arrive?
I lean down again to Carl to
Respect for
whisper.
us. Respecting you. Can you respect us with the pants?
I can't tell him what to do. He's the master. He runs this place. To be honest, Zari, I did not vote for him, but you know, you serve the office, not the man. So I'm just gonna do it. And anyway, we must leave at once.
I still tell Carl, "Don't get in the infinity pool. don't get in the infinity pool. Whatever you do."
Do I need to ask why?
Yes, don't.
You're
gonna have a.
I should just leave it for now.
There's a pantsless hug waiting for you at the end of that pool. You do not want to be in there.
As
But a man?
I don't know what he or they is or she. You're gonna have a bad time.
All right.
So she walks you towards the palace, and from where you were, it's kind of taking you laterally up like a hillside of row homes and stuff like that are all like 2 to 3 stories of like, again, Greek Pantheon style, mud style stucco, as you are getting led up this hillside to this ornate palace with fountains and everything. And as you're being led in with columns and fountains and you walk towards the back, there's a double door where Kiwa knocks and says, "Master Splinter, the material plane, they've arrived, the mortals." And he says, "Well, which ones? You know, the ones from Waterdeep? Those, guys, come on in, take off your shoes."
I prep a dart in case there's any more rats. I ain't dealing with the character assassination turds again.
And as the doors open, it opens to what almost looks like a bathhouse style scene where you had seen it again, and you had seen this before. This is the first time Carl's seeing it. You see what would be a green man, bald on top, kind of non-muscular figure up top wearing a robe halfway into an infinity pool that's flowing against him at the other end of the room as the waves are moving against him. You see he's wearing like a red
Mhm.
robe. You see he has a giant belly kind of poking out from above the water. As all you see coming out from the water about 2 feet in front of him is his legs coming up with his feet. As he has his arms on the back of the infinity pool looking at you all saying, "You found the stone! Fantastic! You found the stone! And it wasn't us who stole it! That's wonderful! Come on up! Come on up!"
Is there stairs leading down into the infinity pool?
There definitely are on your end. There are stairs leading down.
I'm
It's
gonna
kind of
immediately start walking down the stairs with Argyle, like holding by.
Again,
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna get down into the pool with Argyle, and I'm gonna start washing all this oil off of me
give me
and
an
the top of Argyle.
athletics or acrobatics.
Oh come on,
And
you're
as you
coming with
walk in
me.
with him and the horse, he's yelling at
Can I
everyone
give
down.
you a strength? Just use brute strength to get him in there.
Well, it's not about getting the
Handle
horse
animal.
in. The
Athletics
horse
is
is
the
going
same
to
roll. It's
jump
fine.
in. Now you have waves from an infinity pool blasting against you, pushing you towards him at the other end of the pool. Which you're
Sorry.
able to hold your own, which is fine.
Yeah.
As you hold your own and you are able to wash yourself without getting blown down to his end.
And my horse. I'm
Yeah.
also washing Argyle.
And you can definitely wash as you're washing Argyle. He says, "Oh, what a great idea! Come in. Why don't we get right down to business? You guys come on into the infinity pool. Here, I'll hold you." And holds out his arms, ready to hug.
No, stay
I
away from me,
will
Space Wizard.
I will reluctantly get in the pool, but I will be trying to do the same thing as Steve. I do not want to float that way.
Give an
Just because
athletics
we're
or
the same
acrobatics.
color, just because we're the same color doesn't mean we have to hug.
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics.
Oh no.
As you start flowing down to his end, you are about to get the warm embrace of Master Splinter as your head lands right between what were two pecs probably 30 years ago and are now just jelly of skin. And your chest leans and smacks right up against a round belly as his feet wrap around your hips.
Oh, you're getting the leg pull hug, bro.
You got the
That better be that better be a tail, honky tonk. That better be a tail.
And he's
We're
like,
gonna have a problem.
There's gonna
as you
be
hear
two
the
of us
whisper in your
pregnant here
ear,
before
like,
long.
"It's okay. Just one more minute. Just 1 second more. We're fine. It's okay. Just 1 second more." As he holds you,
I immediately try to acrobatics away when he says 1 second more.
go for
I
it.
attempt
I'm
to
just gonna
slip
roll a
out.
flat d20 because he is not strong.
Thank God.
You got away. As you break away, he's like, well, good to see you again, Brogan. And who is this little friend?" And looks over at Carl.
I'm Carl, and I do not swim, so I will not be getting in that.
"Oh, you do not. I could teach you here." And he makes a move like he's swimming up the infinity pool, like that he's swimming out against the waves. But clearly, it's just him moving his arms while he's standing.
I'm gonna make a vomiting face at Carl, like
Yeah, Carl backs up, and she's like, "No, I'm good. I am all set. I am terrified of water." So she's not, but this is what she's saying.
Very nice. And as you're doing that, he says, "Well, do we have the stone?
we do.
The gem of
Ended up with
creation,
the
the
stone.
stone of creation."
You do?
Well then.
You do?
And
No, I said we do.
he looks over at you and he says, he's like, enlightened, come on in. You should see. Take your shoes off, enlightened, and come on in." And as the enlightened come in, you see that they are bald, have almost like Fu Manchu style mustaches and beards, wearing mages' robes, all shuffling bare feet, all out to surrounding the infinity pool. And there's about 15 of these enlightened standing around, all moving their fingers in that Simpsons Mr. Burn-esque kind of way. As they're like, "Oh, the
Excellent.
stone?" As they all start looking at each other, and you can tell they're all wearing the same kind of robes, Brogan, of the monks that were on the ship that were meditating, that were trying to like shoo you off from bothering them.
Turds.
They
Yeah,
wearing
they're the
shoes?
jerks, definitely. As all of a sudden, He says, "Well, if we can use it to send you back, to send you to Yizgard, we can get you out of here."
Explain the process before we hand it to you.
Well, we take it. Uh, there's a ritual that goes on. We have about two or see. It's gonna need the consummation of a few um, souls, and it's not gonna be your souls. You don't worry. See, you're what we're sending there as a gift per se. But what we're
Can I make
paying
an
the Stone
insight
of
check?
Creation back in souls is we have a few older. Well, there's a couple of Githzerai that we have laying around here that are no longer serve a purpose, if you know what I mean. And uh, insight, you can tell he's talking probably about there's a couple of older generation. Also, that if this thing needs to be fed with some kind of souls to you open this door, it either has to do with the stone or it has to be where you're going. Give me a
It's a
religion
stone
on
that consumes boomers. That's
yeah.
amazing.
Give me a religion on Yizgard. You don't know, Brogan. Like, and with a 4, you don't know. Zari's picking it up. Steve, you don't really know. It's really Zari who knows about Yizgard at this point the most.
I'm more of a
What you
Tai
would
Chi
know
monk.
is one of the rituals for what would be kind of like meta-wise, like Norse or Viking mythology would be. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Carl
Carl knows
minored
everything. And this
minored in it in school.
yeah, is part of their ceremonies is when someone gets too old or sickly, they send them off to sea kind of a thing on a raft and be like, "All right, we're done with you." And if you're going to be sending people to Yizgard, you kind of need to match the same ritual almost of what that you pay them in souls of what they would do with their elderly per se, or you need to give them some kind of offering for one of their religious ceremonies to send some people to Yizgard or to kind of almost as a payment to cross the branch of the Tree of Life and be able to get
How
over there.
how does getting to Yizgard get us closer again? I know you explained it last time
Oh,
Mass was going over.
that
Tell me
they
again.
don't know here in the land of chaos how to get you back since the branch of the Tree of Life has fallen from here onto Waterdeep per se or near Waterdeep. That was the branch that fell. But if you can get to the Tree of Life, which is in Yizgard, and probably get to one of their gods, because they have gods that walk amongst them, they could
And
possibly
can these
get you
gods
back.
make me no longer space pregnant? I'm going to ask out loud to the
That's
room.
why. That's why we're sending you.
Okay. And can my horse come?
Yeah. I mean, we have enough old people that we can. I mean, we can kill at least 6.
All right. Just checking.
Brogan just bursts into laughter. He's like, "Oh my god, that's the best joke ever!"
Yeah, we're
And then
completely done with them. Like, yeah, we don't need them anymore. So we can definitely we'll send them with you. Like,
An old person, she feels offended. Carl feels offended because she's old. So she's just like, the hell, man?
he looks at you and sees the gun, and he's like, "Well, I mean, you still have some use to you, I think, right? I mean, we don't have to send you out to pasture just yet."
I mean, look at those feet. Am I right? And I'll wink at the king.
And he looks over and he does a double take at the feet, and then just doesn't stop looking. He starts to get 1,000-yard stare.
Oh, sweet.
lift
Yeah.
my jacket up, aggressively consume my booze. Oh god, get me
The
to
stare
Yizgard,
starts
get
to
me
make
to
me
Yizgard.
uncomfortable, so I just turn around and continue to clean Argyle off.
Carl's like pulling her pants down to like cover her feet.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going with that. And I'm like, if that's what you're into, you do whatever you want, Carl.
No, not
No judgment here.
You.
No
like,
judgment
pulling
here.
her
You do
pants
you.
down, the cuffs, so that it's covering more of her feet.
So
Yeah.
Carl's more about the non-wave pool hug. That's okay. That's okay.
As you're there, do any of you pull out the stone? Because
I don't know who has it.
I
That's
think
what I
it's
was
Zari,
asking.
right?
It's in the bag of holding with Zari.
in the
so-
bag
Last
of
I
holding.
last I
Why
knew,
is
a
that-
tortured horse had it in his mouth. So
He did get zapped twice.
Sorry, has it.
Do you
She's
produce
kind of-
it when they ask for it, or
Give me a minute. Sorry, she's going to start rifling through her bag. She has a bunch of stuff in there. She's going to pull out some soy sauce packets, some ketchup, our ketchup. She's just going to keep handing them to Carl since Carl's right next to her. She looks for the stone.
And
Just like more and more.
Yeah, a dragon bone, and she finally just pulls out the stone.
and as you pull out the stone, you see. Give me a perception from all of you.
Close up breaking it.
Brogan's not picking up on much. Steve, for some reason, your antenna are to the sky.
I'm in a
And
pool with a man who wants to aggressively hug me. I'm on alert right now.
yeah, you're in a pool. Yeah, you're in his infinity pool. As Steve, you start to see that whatever light was coming through the windows here into this palace room is now getting blotted out. You and Carl both notice it as Zari's digging for this in the purse. You
Can
guys
we
start to
ascertain a meaning to that at all?
whatever, you know how there's like in Limbo there's like patches of light that are coming from all different places, and they're starting to get produced and going away and produced and going away. Your perception would possibly be I don't know. Do you want to go look out the window? Is because you and Carl would both be noticing it. But
So, am I relatively clean and the horse relatively
yeah, at
clean?
this point you'd probably be relatively clean.
Okay. So I'll lead the horse out and let him just drip dry, I guess, at the edge of the pool and go look out the window.
As you're looking
I'm
out the
assuming
window,
joining Carl.
you see all of a sudden that and Carl, would you follow?
I think so. My hands are full of all the stuff from Zari's bag
I
of
grab,
holding.
I grab
As
a
you're
ketchup
running over
packet,
there
open it up,
carrying
and start
packets,
eating it out of the
especially
pile.
as a halfling, like this is perfect size. Like,
Yeah.
you're running over there, you
Like a
look out the
bottle of ketchup.
window. Both of you see almost a sheet of black coming at the island at once, coming from the direction of the Clockwork Palace. And as things are coming more and more and more into perspective, all of a sudden you start hearing windows breaking around the palace as you hear bzzz, crash, bzzz, crash, as things are now just crashing into the windows of this palace. And all of a sudden, something crashes right through the window of the palace, flies, lands in the infinity pool, and breaks into a bunch of pieces. Brogan, are you out of the infinity pool?
Yeah, after I acrobatics away because I was tired of
Yeah,
the
because you didn't
hug,
want the
a hug of a thousand
yeah,
creeps.
hugging it out.
Yeah,
Love it.
no, I was good.
You look down and you see a broken monodrone inside the infinity pool. As you can put two and two together, Steve and Carl, that outside, that whole sheet that's blotting out the whole of Limbo's sky is a sheet of drones now flying from the Clockwork Temple
Perfect.
Well, it's time to leave.
at
Okay.
the
Yeah,
palace.
yeah. How fast
Yeah,
can we
go.
make this ritual happen?
And he looks over and he looks down and he's like, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!" He's like, "Help us! If you take care of if you handle this with us, you fight these guys, you protect me, protect me, protect me. We'll send you here. I'll keep two of my enlightened with me. All it takes is two, and then we got to grab a couple of old people. Here, how about you three over there?" And he points at three of the enlightened who are a little older. And he says, "There's four of you. Okay. How about okay." He grabs four of the enlightened and says, "Hey, you guys just stand right over there. You guys protect me, and I promise we'll send you."
I don't believe it.
So we're still well. This is chaos magic doesn't work here.
No,
right?
not inside here.
So
You're left to
these
your own
things
devices.
legitimately fly. Then they're not like
Yeah.
enchanted by chaos magic.
No, they are not. These drones, like the mono drones, all have little wings coming off the top of their head that buzz around. And all of them kind of they create their own worlds of order. They are their own creations of order. They are their own perfect order. So they can almost they have the same ability kind of to create order wherever they want, except for in areas that are already of order.
All right.
Anybody got any ideas on how to deal with 10,000 drones?
Yeah, idea number one. I'm going to the window because you know what acid does? It melts drones. Let's get weird. I walk over to the window.
You're gonna need a lot of acid.
Gonna need a lot of acid.
I got a little bit.
As you walk over to the window, you see he jumps back in the infinity pool, puts his hands up on the edge of it, peeks his head over, and it says, "There's more coming!" And as you see that there's more coming, you see a few monodrones now flying at the window. Roll in to initiative.
I pick up the broken drone while this is all happening.
Yeah, you can.
Going
The pieces are inside the infinity pool. Do you jump in?
uh,
Hug time.
I figured it was just like I could reach in and grab it.
It's about 3.5, 4 feet deep.
I did not know it was that deep. Okay, never mind.
You're like, I could jump in the pool with this creepy Master Splinter, or I could not. And let me copy and paste. As two monodrones and a duodrone are now flying at the area. And Brogan, you're the first person to react to what's going on. I think we have everyone: Steve, Zari, Carl, and Brogan. Awesome, Brogan.
What I'm going to do at the window is I'm going to hold my action till the three of them are within 15 feet, so my cone space.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna breathe. Then I'm gonna breathe my awesome acidic breath on them. Blah.
Awesome. And this monodrone is going to be about 45, 50 feet out. So it's going to take all of its movement to get up to you. And that's its full dash. Same thing with another monodrone as they both come in and are taking their dash to get close. So the monodrone, there's only the one duodrone who's not by you yet. But you're holding your action until when that one reaches the range to fire.
Yep.
Fantastic.
I'll wait till he gets in the way, and then I'm gonna melt all three of them.
Awesome. Carl, you see over by the window on the side of the room, or you're there actually, and you're still holding a bunch of ketchup packets and soy sauce and everything.
Can I start? Are they close enough where I can throw the ketchup packets at the robots? See if I can get in its circuitry or something?
That would be a very, very called shot, but you can try and throw a ketchup packet. If you crit, I will give it to you that you ketchup the shit out of this thing. But if not, it's going to be a regular kind of throw.
What would I roll for that?
Do you
Athletics?
have any daggers or anything like that on you?
I have a hand axe and a pistol.
Throw the hand axe.
That's about it.
And we'll go with the hand axe, and then we'll roll the damage as a d4.
Okay.
A 9 is not going to do it. Tell me what this limp throw looks like, what this terrible throw looks like.
It looks like she's rubbing up like real hard for it, but it goes like it lands like right on the windowsill. Like it doesn't even leave the window.
A couple of feet in front of you.
Yeah.
Love
Brogan's
it.
gonna like look down at the ketchup packet, look at Carl, not say anything, go back to getting ready.
Love it.
186. Deal with it.
Anything
and I
else?
guess that's about it.
That's probably about it. Got it. Zari,
Yeah.
you see that they've ran over. You're over by the infinity pool right now. And you like, yeah, you're on the one side of it, kind of.
I'm just going to hold my action of going up there and grabbing a broken monodrone when they finally break one. That's all I'm going to do.
So you're gonna try and grab a broken monodrone. So you're moving up to the window and kind of try and grab a broken monodrone. Steve, you're at this window. You see the drones flying at you all.
So I'm right in front of the window.
Yeah, you all are basically now. I think it would be like the four of you are just lined up against the window, kind of. It's a large, like broken, like we're gonna say about 20-foot tall window that just got broken, kind of a thing in front of you, and you're standing
All
out,
right.
kind of looking into the into limbo.
I'm going to take a step back, use my bonus action to enter my rage. I will pull out my battle axe, my great axe rather, and hold my action and get ready to bury bonds the first drone that comes through this window.
I love it.
Is this like a brick from Borderlands where you just scream randomly during your whole raid? Like small amounts of drool as you're
I'll be like, what's his name from Army of Darkness, and just keep telling people to shop smart, shop S smart. Go to my deli.
A little, what are you buying? What are you selling?
Next, a duodrone flies up and now gets within range. It's the furthest away of the other drones. The other drones are about 10 feet away from you guys, but this drone is 5 feet away. It's going to be 15 feet away. And Brogan, that's within your range, right?
Oh yeah, I have a 15-foot cone, so we're gonna straight knuckle puck and breathe on him.
Let's see it. As this comes out, it's 15 feet, so 8 plus your con plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so we're gonna be at it's just let's see, DC 8 plus my, so it's just gonna be a 10. But we're coming out with acid against metal guys, so I'm hoping for a little love.
Your con 0?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh
gotcha.
yeah. I'm a bad monk.
So 1, 2, and oh my
Oh,
gosh.
man. They both make. Well, does the third guy make it too?
Let's see. The duo drone. As the breath comes out, it's
So they all
flying.
make it.
Steve, you got the held action.
So it's 2d6 on a failsave, and they still take half.
Half
so they
damage.
Still take
So we'll
something.
see the 2d6. Let's see. It might be able to enough to kill the monodrones.
Yeah, it would only be 5. Womp womp.
5. Now
excited
you see
about
that
that.
both monodrones fall from the sky. The duo drone does not, and Steve, it is now within 5 feet of you.
Having seen this, Steve is going to yell to the rest of the group, "It's okay, they're sissies."
Also, not Barry Bonds, since you're a red-haired man, you're gonna Mark McGuire him.
Oh, that's it.
Fair. That's a good catch.
And when that swing comes out, did it roll?
Oh, I didn't know the guy was close enough to swing.
Yeah, he came within 5 feet of you now. So
okay.
Yeah, and if he,
Here we
it was
go.
kind of a rush as it's
Oh,
as you completely.
God.
What does
I
it
like,
look like?
swing and like cripple myself down onto one knee in the process. Like it's a terrible display. I'm gonna blame it on oily hands still. Like
Yeah, you are
see,
out
like
of
I'm
breath.
wiping my hands on my shorts a little bit.
Yeah, you've got that wet
A little
pants, wet
embarrassed.
shirt, wet shoes kind of a look, feel like.
Oh God.
Um,
I'm embarrassed for myself.
I caught a glimpse of Wendy Peppercorn, and I just couldn't hit.
I couldn't do it.
Sorry.
The ham missed.
You wanted to grab one. They are 10 feet away. I'm going to give you an acrobatics check to see if you can reach out and grab one. If that is, once it gets destroyed, that's getting acidic. If you can't grab it, with a 7, you start to fall out of the window slightly. Brogan, to your left, you see that there is a duo drone that Steve swung and just missed at. To your right, you start to see that Zari is falling out of this window now as she's reaching for the parts of a monodrone.
I have 2 questions. One, is the palace at the edge of the town? Like, if I jump out, can I chaos magic stuff?
If you jump out and start falling, yeah, you would be able to jump out and actually start chaosing.
I full Leroy this, and I make sure I catch Zari. I full Leroy. I'm acrobaticsing out the window, and I'm going to chaos magic to fly.
Fantastic.
We're going to make it.
You're going to fall somewhere close to like 70 feet or so by grabbing her by the time you're able to start wishing to fly back up. Because you've got to fall kind of off the edge of town, you know what I mean? Out of the palace. But once you do, I need you now to give me a wild magic. Give me a D100. Let's wild magic this, because you are able to now fall out the window and catch Zari.
As the two of them go out the window, I'm just going to share a look with Carl. Like, I think they just left us. I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah, Carl's very confused, looking around. Just, I got a tag gun. I don't know how we're gonna do this.
Straight Leroy that. I'm going out the window to save her.
And you choose to fly.
Yeah.
I love it.
I got a 60.
A 60. Wow. You regain your lowest level expended spell slot. Since you haven't expended a slot,
breath weapon back?
Yeah, I'll give you your breath weapon back.
Yes.
As you are now, how are you holding Zari?
So after I grab Zari, it kind of depends. Like as I'm coming down, I'm doing like the shooting bullet thing. If I can get it to where I can throw Zari on my back again, like when we were running, that's going to be for the best.
Sure,
if I can't, it's going to end up being a princess
See how well.
But
see how well you can get it done.
Oh yeah, you guys are going to end up in a north-south here.
I take Zari's arm and I throw her around my back, and then I start flying. And I do it the same way I did before, where I have the big wings. So she's just hanging on above the wings now. I have big dragon wings again. Yeah, wings envy.
Big dragon wings and a Zari cape as you are now flying back on your way up, and that is a hell of a turn. As Carl, you witness all of this happen outside the window. Now, Zari, give me a quick sleight of hand before Carl goes, actually, to see if you grabbed this monodrone out of the air as it was falling.
Jeez, really want it.
Make it all worth it. A 16, you got it, as you grabbed a whole bunch of the parts. It's not all of them, but you got a bunch of the parts. Very nice. Carlotta, Carl, Tea Leaf, you are up.
Just Carl's fine. I think Carl's gonna take out her gun and she's gonna aim for the duo drone.
Awesome.
Yeah, the one that's left.
Yeah, it's only 10 feet away, literally, so you're fine on that for the shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That hits for 8 piercing. Fantastic. And tell me how you shoot it out of the air.
Carl's gonna drop all the packets of sauce that she's been holding this entire time, pull out her gun from her holster, and just be like, "Stupid damn robot majiggies," and it goes right through its head.
Love it. As what looks like two boxes with 2 little wings popping out with arms and legs flies around. You see it just burst into dust and pieces as it falls to the ground. As it does so,
Steve is feeling super emasculated at this point. By the way.
and
Everyone had great turns, and I just terrible.
Sorry, fell out a window. So.
And
yeah, but it was a cool fall.
It was.
Yeah.
As you guys float back up out of the window, as we are now out of initiative.
So what I attempt to do if we're out of initiative, I think it's going to be super cool and super dangerous. I'm really excited. I want to fly up enough so that I can angle down so we'll fall in through the window.
Yeah, love it. You
I
can
want to
definitely
do it
so.
into a tumble while protecting Zari.
Okay. You can definitely do so. So you're gonna get your angle together. You're gonna fly up. You're gonna angle at this window. As you come in, give me an acrobatics as you come through this window to land. And
no offense, buddy, but I want you to whiff it just a little bit.
There could be 2d6 waiting for you, and there is not. As I just wanted you to beat a 15. And what does it look like as you safely roll?
So as we're coming in and my wings start disappearing, if Zari's all right with it, I'm gonna enter into the princess carry and then basically do like when you jump out of a plane when you're in the army, it's like a little banana like rock roll thing. And it just looks awesome. I just do like a little rock roll and then I pop up on my feet and I place Zari down and then I look over at Steve and slight disappointment.
Well, you should. I'm ashamed of myself.
I'm like,
and a little jealous that apparently we're grouped up with Doc Holliday now. Like, I'm gonna be like pointing at her like, what the heck?
I look over at Steve and I'm like, don't worry, you're pregnant. This happens all the time. It's fine.
That's what they tell me. It happens to a lot of guys.
You hear from the infinity pool behind you where you see his head peep up. Congratulations, if I didn't say it already. He says, quickly, runs over to a statue of a shoeless Githzerai. Pushes the head of it back like it's almost like on a hinge, and then presses a button, and you see the bottom of the infinity pool start falling out, and as the water falls down, it drops a staircase down. He's like, come on, we can get to the base of the city. We can get you out of here. We just need to move. And
does his robe cover him down as the water goes down? Because if not, I'm closing one eye.
The robe is moving in the direction of it, so it's kind of like sideways. So like you're seeing some things float that are no longer. Well, it stops floating per se. It's very revealing. Let's just say it's very it's very skin tight now.
Oh.
Yay, moose knuckle. Argyle, don't look.
Covering the horse's eyes.
Don't look,
Argyle. Horse's eyes are like this.
Hey,
so you're just doing this.
Hey, Zach, I didn't say I was a smart monk. I'm just saying, Argyle, cover your eyes. Look, he already told me he wanted to kill himself. I'm doing the best I can, guys.
We gotta give him some antidepressants.
He needs help.
As you see him running down, he's like, quickly, and he yells at all the enlightened. He's like, you 4 over there, stay here and stop them if they come in. The rest of you, come with me. And you see that there are now 6 enlightened running with him. as he runs down these stairs, as you all see him run down. Do you
I
run
guess
with?
I'll go first.
You go first, so you'll be first in
Yeah.
line. Who would be second?
I'll go second, but I want to look for the monodrone as we're going down.
You want to investigate it? Okay, cool. You're finding that in your hands, it's turning to dust.
Oh!
That it just keeps turning to dust more and more and more over time. That apparently this is possibly how it's made, is that if it dies, that it does turn to dust.
Oh, phew, that's way better than me breathing on it and it melting from acid. Now it's not my fault. That great. Right.
I'll
You were
chase
about
those
to
two
say
down
sorry
as
to
well.
Zari,
I
but
just
then as you make your way down into these tunnels, they're lit by they have sconces on the walls holding torches. As you see these mages running down, and you hear the screams of the enlightened dying up at the top of the infinity pool stairs as you are running through what would be sloppy tiles on the ground as you're walking through water. And all of a sudden behind you, you see now that there are not just monodrones. There are one monodrone, two duodrones, and a tri-drone all starting to fly towards your direction. They are about 70, 80 feet away. What do you guys do?
I really wish that we were in the Chaos Realm so we could bobsled again. This is awful.
not having the chaos powers, D&D will never be the same for you guys after being able to
You
wish
won't.
anything
It's
you
terrible. Such pale comparison
Yeah.
characters.
want.
Steve is
Yeah.
going to stop and square up.
Steve stops and squares up.
Carl's gonna take out her gun again. Be like,
I'm looking for a lever to close the passage.
Oh, okay. On your turn, give me when your turn comes up in initiative, give me an investigation.
I'm not first, so
oh, I'm first. I didn't
Carl,
even
as you
realize.
turn to go shoot, you aim, you see this tri-drone that has like 6 legs. It has 3 sides that look like shields all together. And it has these 6 eyes as it's just scampering down this hallway towards you. With this duodrone, which is like 2 boxes stacked on top of each other, and this monodrone, which is like this single eye that has wings coming out of its head with like 2 arms and 2 legs. What do you do?
Wait. Carl is going to. She can't do too much aside from fire off her gun. Yeah, she's gonna aim for which is the closest, like
I
coming
would
at.
say the tri-drone, actually.
I can do a little damage from it. I'll do the tri drone.
Yeah, the tri-drone, this is
Damage.
like a 10-foot wide hallway by like 15 feet tall. So like the tri-drone's up first, then it's the duodrone, then it's the monodrone behind it. So
Okay. Yeah, Carl's gonna aim at the tri drone.
love it.
7.
A 7 as it completely misses and pings off the wall as you hear. And as soon as it pings off, the shot goes off, it goes boom. You hear the ping off the wall. You hear a scream from the hallway behind you. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Before you make loud noises, please yell.
Isn't a yell a loud noise? And Carl's just gonna keep running.
And as you start running, Zari, you are up. You're looking for a button to stop them from coming.
A lever or something to if we get to the bottom and just that closes it and they don't come through, something.
Give an investigation as you're looking around specifically for it. It's going to take your full turn in 8 as you find absolutely nothing. What does it look like as you're looking around? Like,
Assume it's dark and I'm just going to be like, I can't see shit down here. Why do you not have lights?
how do we not have? We only have just walls. And you hear him yelling and defending it from down the hallway. He's like, we never come down here. To be honest, we haven't swept it out in months and years, probably, in probably 20 years. Watch your feet.
Okay, bonus action. I turn to AAA and go and kind of whisper to him, hey, pick up on the master splinter as we go down and scare him. That's my bonus action.
Very nice. As you do so, this tri-drone is moves up to about 60 feet away from I would say, Steve, you were the first one to turn, right?
Yeah.
So as it's about 60 feet away now from you, it's going to throw a javelin at disadvantage, a 4, as this javelin lands right next to you. And it just you can see it has its like 6 legs, 6 eyes, and it is just staring at you as it tried to hit.
I'll mean mug back. I've got a good mean mug.
Very nice. Brogan, you see this drone is just threw a javelin and it misses Steve.
All right. Well, as I was in, I guess now the back because they're at the top of the stairs here. I think what I am going to do is, yep, that's what I'm going to do because I'm behind everyone, but at least I'm tall. I'm going to attempt to flurry of blows, but with throwing darts. I want to throw 3 darts at the lead drone if that's allowed.
Yeah, for sure. What's the distance on your drones? On your darts, I mean. I think it's 20 feet.
Let me look. It's 20 to 60.
Okay, cool. Then you're fine. If you want, do you want to move up closer to him? Because he's 60 feet away from Steve, so we'll kind of put you at the Steve realm. Um, so you kind of have a distance to close.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that because the 4 of us were in a column, I'm no more than 20 feet.
Yeah.
As a monk, I easily have more than that for base move plus with step of the wind. So
Awesome. Close that distance.
I will move up the stairs and then look to throw my 3 darts at whatever the lead drone is.
Yeah,
Unless I kill
it's
it.
the duo. It's the tri drone. Yeah.
Okay. Then I will go dart 1, dart 2, and dart 3. Ooh,
Oof.
dart 3 is a crit.
So 11 damage. As you crit on these darts, you all of a sudden tell me what it looks like as you kill this tri drone.
So as I roll up, it's going to be like 3 darts in one hand, and I'm just going to kind of flick my hand. As I flick my hand, what happens is the first dart uh, goes low because I'm kind of flicking over and down, and then the second dart will hit it at the top part of its head, and the third dart will hit it in one of the eye things it uses to like steer and power it, and just flutter it down.
And as it does so, it just hits the ground, and you see all of its like legs and body just breaks apart into bits. Love it.
I'm then gonna elbow Steve and be like, huh? What do you think? Huh?
I'm obviously impressed.
Steve, you are up. The I would say the duo drone is about 65 feet away or so.
All right, I'm gonna rage, and I'm gonna hold my action. I'm just kind of as a free action gonna make like come on over, big guy.
Very nice, and just holding the attack. Love it.
Yep.
As the duo drone does, the duo drone is going to close the distance and fly right at you, coming within 5 feet of you.
Oh, here it comes.
As you are ready to
That's
swing at
better.
this fastball for 5 damage, and as you damage it for
7.
5, with 2 rage, 5, 6, 7, it takes 7 damage, and it is still flying. It has, to tell you the truth, 2 HP left.
Naturally.
Naturally. That's just how it
I don't know.
goes.
I don't know if my great axe can actually roll much less than that. 1d12 plus
No,
3.
not
So
much
the minimum
less.
it can do is 4.
It can
I was
roll
gonna say
one
on a
less than that.
D12
That's it.
plus 3, you're about there.
This mono
It's not a
drone.
great day for Steve. I apologize to everybody.
No, he just came out of a being drunk or being poisoned, and I mean he's had a
And
tough
having a
day.
heart attack experience, apparently.
Yeah, you've had it all
Not to
happen.
mention the morale blow of looking like Conan when I went down and then waking back up and just being regular Steve again.
Womp womp womp.
Womp, womp.
As this javelin gets thrown by a mono drone, and they get to be within about 30 feet of you, and it goes wide. It was thrown at disadvantage. Carlotta, there is a duo drone. It's like 2 boxes, robot kind of a thing with 4 arms right in front of Steve. And then there is 30 feet away a mono drone.
Okay. I have, I think, one more bullet before I have to reload.
Yes.
So I'm gonna aim and shoot for the duo drone.
Gotcha. The one right in front of Steve. Perfect.
Yeah.
Snipe another kill from Steve.
As clearly,
Wow.
how do you thieve the you? How do you kill thief the kill from Steve?
I'm just like shooting and aiming for it. Like I'm just like get out of here, little thing. Like get out of here, you box.
Magical box.
You have a double box, man. Sorry, I'm taking a picture of this double crit.
Fantastic.
Sorry, I had to. This is the third time this has happened in the last 2 weeks. I gotta.
Roll20 keeps it real with the crits. You're getting the
I love
DM
that you're-
rolls. I got to take my DM dice back and give you your player dice back. You should not be getting double crits.
I can't get over how you're like Keanu Reeves mixed with Jason Bourne, mixed with Doc Holliday,
Yeah.
mixed with Wyatt Earp, like never missing a shot. Just doesn't matter who it is. You're like dead, dead, dead.
It's awesome. Zari,
Yeah.
you looked around for this wall for any kind of lever that might close the gate or the door, and there was no lever. What do you do?
I guess I will turn around and cast Firebolt at one of them while running away. There's still one left.
Very nice. Yeah, there's one left. It's going to be 30 feet away from you. It's a monodrone, as it's just the eye kind of inside of a box that has little wings coming off of its head. And that hits for 7 damage. Tell me how this firebolt kills the monodrone.
You just see Zari just go, I can't find the lever, and just goes and just throws a firebolt behind her, and it nails the Mondro square in the eye. It bursts into dust.
As it bursts into dust, you're looking around, and you hear the patter of what would be bare footsteps on a cold stone floor as it is behind you. Or behind where it was where they were running down the hallway. You can hear it going down a set of stairs. And you're looking down the hallway from where you entered, and it is empty currently.
All right, well, let's get the fuck out of here.
For sure.
We out.
As you were able to start moving and catching up, you're mainly able to catch up because they are beating feet, literally, as they are moving down a set of stairs. And you see down this hallway is a stone staircase that goes down, and it's still got like the infinity pool water on it, and um, it's you're able to move down it as it's kind of waves coming down it. And as you get further and further down, you see a staircase opening up into a larger ornate palace. And as you're looking at this larger ornate palace, you see that there is a throne that you now see Master Splinter sitting on. You see what would be 4 statues sitting behind the throne of what would be large, almost turtle shapes. And you see a vat in the center by a fire of what would be almost like a green ooze sitting there.
Lord.
Oh my god.
If I start to hear ninja rap, that's the end. I'm out of here.
As you do so, as you run up, you see him sitting there, and you see that you see one of the enlightened with the Fu Manchu mustache, bald, kind of Githzerai, green face, kind of overbite look, looks over at you all and says, "It looks like Master's coming with you." And you see that there are 5 other Githzerai standing there as Master Splinter looks at you and he's like, "Look, I got to get out of here. We got the stone. We can take this stone. We can get into Yizgard. And I mean, they know me there. We're great friends."
Liar.
This is a
I'm
we
doing an
scenario.
insight check.
Are you coming with us?
"I'm gonna have to come with you. It seems like my whole city's been taken." Insight, you don't know. I mean, he's talking.
Weird old guy in a robe.
Yeah.
I'm putting my talons down. You're not coming with us unless you wear pants. I'm not looking at that. For the
I don't
rest
have
of
any
our
pants
adventure.
on me.
And shoes.
Sucks to suck, big guy.
I have no pants, but I can come with you. My people will come with us. My people will make it happen.
Find a pair of pants.
The only way
Talons are down.
give a persuasion.
Can I help? Can I assist with the
Yeah,
persuasion?
can we all help? Can Triple A just growl at him?
Damn it.
It's broken. You are not persuasive. He's like, there is no way I'm going to wear pants if I'm coming with you.
Oh hell no! You're wearing pants. We ain't doing. I'll let the city die.
You can say you helped him, Zari, and he had his 19. As he looks over at the mage who's about to cast the spell into the stone, and he's holding it over the ooze, and as he's about to cast the spell over the ooze and the stone, you see Master Splinter looks over at the guy and says, raises his eyebrows and goes, huh? He puts the stone on the ground, starts unbuttoning his robe, the whole like mage's robe. Goes to take it off, and you see he's wearing like a just a t-shirt and what would be like dad boxers, like the eggshell colored, just dad boxers, and no shoes, of course, as he's wearing a t-shirt.
Hey,
and...
Steve, he has the same underwear as you.
The dad boxer. Classic.
And as he hands him the robe, he says, "Will this do? No one wears pants. No one in my inner circle wears pants."
That's fine. That's fine. Just put it around you downstairs and we'll call it a day.
And he puts the robes over his shoulders and buttons it down till it's like one long mage's gown over him. And he looks and he says, "Are we ready to go to Ysgard?"
Let's get weird.
Let's get Lord Farquaad out of here.
Argyle, come here.
And Argyle walks up, and you see that there are 5 enlightened standing there, kind of looking bewildered about what's about to happen next. And you see Master Splinter looks over at the 4 statues of the turtles, and he goes, "Goodbye, my sons. Someday I will see you again." And reaches into the mage's robe, grabs what would be almost in between each finger is going to be a dagger or a dart. I'm sorry, a dart in each. And you see all of a sudden 5 darts fly out from his hand as he throws it with what would make Brogan the monk extremely jealous kind of grace for some kind of monk. Just ninja throws, and you see 5 darts land immediately in perfect placements of the throats of the 5 Githzerai standing around the ooze as they fall into the ooze one at a time, face first, and get absorbed into it. As it starts glowing green, you see the stone glow green. And he says, "We don't have a lot of time. Jump into the vat of ooze."
I'm going to whisper it loud enough so they can hear me, but not so Master Splinter can hear me. I'm like, I'm so jealous he can throw like that. and then I'm going to hop in the ooze.
As you hop in the ooze, all of a sudden, everything just goes radiant green. And
I'm going to grab Argyle and do like wrestling move, like pick him up and like fall over into the ooze.
Give me a athletics as you are raising him above your head. I want to see if you're able to physically pick him up.
Oh, bro, I lift horses all day.
Yeah, because I was gonna say sometimes you carry the horse, other times the horse carries you. Like you never know what's gonna happen when you're picking up a horse.
Jelly Manager works out.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't an RKO out of nowhere where you grab him and you're like, let's go.
And Zari and Carl, you see that the Master Splinter is about to grab the stone and jump into the vat and looks over at you and says, "Come on, once I jump in with the stone, we have no more time."
Ready, Carl? Grab my hand.
Let's do this. Yeah, she's gonna grab your hand and go, "Let's do this," and just holding onto your hat.
I Triple A at his harness, and I jump with them.
And as you're jumping, halfling kind of on one shoulder and one hand, you've got AAA and a harness in the other. You splash down, and you all of a sudden feel a foot tapping you on the head in the ooze as you swath through it. If you were to look up, you could tell it's Splinter's foot. As the ooze goes from green back to yellow, all of a sudden you all feel a 5-foot drop as you land on stone. As you look around, you see what would be dark, cavernous world around you. And as you're looking at this dark, cavernous world around you, you look above your head and you see what would be almost like it's upside down, almost like gravity is doing something weirdly indifferent. You see what would be lava rivers flowing above your head as they are what would be on the roof or ceiling about 100 feet up is these rivers of lava. It's almost like you're on the roof of a cavern, but gravity feels normal where you stand.
I'm going to tell Lord Farquaad that's the new wave pool. Go try it out.
I'm gonna go, whose hand is that? Because I assume I fell. Flat on my face because I have two things in my hands.
You also assume it's a hand.
And he goes, that wasn't a hand, and then winks at you, Zari.
I'm kicking him in the nuts.
Just start kicking.
Right in the
Carl's emptying her shoe of goo and putting it back on. She's not barefoot anymore.
You hear him yell, "This is not a time to be putting your shoes back on." And
we're not in your world, man. We're in a new world. I'm putting on my fucking shoes.
I look at my pimp coat. Is it still the same color or did it change?
Your pimp coat.
Is it still orange?
It would still be orange.
Perfect. That's all I care about. Pimp coat, pimp hat, good to go.
As you look around, you see that there are footprints around your area. And as you're looking around, you see that this is a large cavernous area, almost like you don't know which way is out or up or in or, you know what I mean? Like it's just a very large cavernous area. Like you can walk right, left, back, forth, and you wouldn't know the difference. You do see that there are tracks on the ground. Give me a survival check to figure out the tracks.
Can we all roll on that?
Okay.
Very nice. 16, 18, 14. You guys are definitely figuring it out from a 14 up. You guys see that these
He
tracks...
loudly declares that it was a flock of chickens.
Yeah, that it must have been chickens. Just giant chickens.
Obviously. Unerring confidence that it was chickens.
Love it. As Zari, Carl, and Brogan, you can figure out that they're all going in the same direction. And as they're going in one direction, you see that they're actually like, you started focusing on like one or two here and there, but then you realize that there are a lot more and that these larger footprints are like probably 4 times the size of your footprints, Brogan.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Big chickens.
Yeah, those are known as dinosaurs, Steve.
Potato, potato.
As
right, well,
you're afraid, just admit it.
We all afraid, Steve. It's okay.
I am a dinosaur, Steve. Look at me.
That's true.
Well,
Steve,
all right.
Steve is feeling very sad about his manhood with his performance today.
At least yours isn't hanging out like Lord Splinter Farquaad, whatever the guy. Let's just follow his weird green bouncing ass and get out of here.
As he looks around,
just follow Lubber.
What was that, Carl?
I was gonna say just following. What was that movie called? Like Flubber, like
Kinda
that's
like
Flubber.
Splinter says, "Well, I got us to Yizgard, but this is not normal. Every time I've tried to go, I've always landed in the main layer of Yizgard. There's 3 layers. I guess it's good that we didn't land in the other one of the others, but this layer, from what I know of Yizgard, is not the most hospitable. But we, and you can see he's stumbling on words. Give an insight.
We're 0 for 2 on teleportation spells. First, we had the mage I ate, and if we're going to follow that suit, I'm eating you next, big guy.
Someone's turning into a chicken. Someone better get some crispy skin. You're able to pick up...
I'm going to start following the tracks.
You want to follow the tracks? Awesome. As you start following the tracks, Brogan, you're able to pick up as he is stuttering with a 10. Not that much, except for he kind of might know what's happening.
All right, well, as I sort of figure that out, I'm going to look at him and be like, look, man, we got you here. We protected you. You're alive. Do me a solid. I hugged you once. What's actually going on?
he looks down at his feet and then looks down at your feet and starts looking more at your feet. And
Eyes are up here, big guy. Eyes are up here.
And it says, "Oh, sorry. Oh man, this is not as good as we hoped, but it's something." So I came with you guys and I wanted to do this because I knew. Well, I was hoping to take more of my people with us, and we could go into this realm and figure out how to fix the life tree. Uh, but because we've lost our touch with the material plane also, but it seems that we've lost our touch with the main plane of Yizgard, and it put us here. This is a realm called well, Muspelheim. I know. No one's really heard of it. It's not a place that
Great.
no one
I'm
knows
gonna
much.
look at. I'm gonna look at Brogan and say, "Great, Moose behind. We're in Moose behind. I hope everybody's happy."
Moose,
I'm
Moose,
gonna.
well, it's kind of like Moose behind. See, we need to
Just
follow
run
the
that
river.
way.
That river above our head, it'll take us out to Yizgard. But the problem is these tracks seem to also follow the river.
I'm gonna think real hard and try to make wing sprout and just go.
Give a Constitution saving throw for what's going on in your pants.
I am trying so hard.
Oh, you're
It's
fine.
fine.
It's not like you're dropping anything you didn't mean to. But
You guys just hear me keep like screaming.
Brogan, keep it in your pants. It reeks.
I'm just trying to fly again. This was the wrong plane. I thought we might get lucky.
And have we been lucky?
Look, we're gonna end up eating this guy, all right? He's just like the other mage. I see where this is going.
And he can't taste good. I'm gonna give
Oh,
him a cursory glance.
Sure, it's gonna be terrible.
Like frog legs or turtle soup or something like that,
Oh,
maybe.
it's gonna be terrible.
All right. Well, do you at least know where we're going?
Yeah, we're
Yes,
just gonna
sure.
follow the river until it leads out, and it should lead into Yizgard. And once we get there, we can probably find one of the gods who's running around, and they can probably figure this out for us. Cause
There were a lot of probablys there. How about you go first? How about you go first, big guy? You lead the way.
I'll lead the way. All right, I'll lead the way. I'll lead the way. All right, I'll lead the way.
It means you got to start walking. You can't just keep saying it. I believe in you.
I'll lead the way. As he just he shuffles slowly, like he's doing a little foot shuffle. Just tiny, like his heels are not leaving the ground as he's walking. He's just shuffling.
What is this? The airborne shuffle? Move it, big guy. Come on.
He's like, all right, calm down. Look, we just.
I saw the way you threw those darts. I know you can move.
As he starts to move, he's like, okay, I got you. Look, it's been a long time since I've ever had to defend myself. I'm really glad I had the chance before with those 5 men who probably would have killed me if they found out I needed to kill them. So
they didn't know.
Well, they didn't know. No, I just told them to come with me. They were there to help me, pretty much. And they were a big help.
And they were a big help. I love what a turd this guy is. It pumps me up so much.
Something good was going to happen, and then they just died. They're like, oh, great, a promotion or something. And then just...
It is a promotion.
Finally going to get my double ARP
the next
card.
level of life.
They were getting granted their pension, was what was going to happen. And,
love it. I love how awful he is. It's hilarious.
And he's like, all right, here we go. As he goes, yeah, just keep walking. If anything drips from the ceiling, avoid it. Other than that, yeah, we're just gonna keep following
the only thing that can drip melts people. Yes, we're gonna avoid it.
And as he's walking, he looks back to you all and says, so, where are you all from?
You know, keep moving.
Yeah, the material plane and water deep.
Yeah, that's right.
We're not doing
this is a terrible stand-up act.
That's right. Yeah, well, all right. I'll just keep going. As he keeps walking. You guys walk for about 3 hours. He actually shuts his mouth for a second.
I'm gonna lean closer to the group as we're walking, and I'm like, if anything weird happens, we're all leaving.
Yeah.
If that's good with everybody,
leave his ass behind. I don't care.
We're all leaving if anything weird happens. I am not dealing with naked green penis again.
Agreed.
As
Yeah.
he walks further, he looks and he stops at the tracks as he sees that the tracks still track with the lava river, and uh, as it goes further, you see that there is a 20-foot gap that needs to be crossed in front of you. You look down from the lava river, and you see the 20-foot gap has about 50 foot, 60 foot of drop down in between it, almost like the ground just is missing right in front.
So is it just like a cavern, or
It's
is it
almost like it's
like
cavernous. Yeah, like it just got broken out, or it must have broken over time. But
a
yeah, in
little
front of
earthquake?
you, the direction he's looking to go, you can see that there's a 20-foot gap essentially of rock that is missing.
Can I look across from it? Are there steps on the other side? Because if so, that means
Yes,
the
the
thing is
steps are
20
on
foot
the other
step.
side, and these footsteps are about 3 times the size of yours for Brogan, which is pretty big.
Oh, very aware. I now know this thing has a 20 foot, left right. Not excited about it. I look over at Steve and I'm like, Steve, do you have a plan to get Argyle across this? I can't throw him 20 feet.
I mean, I can carry him.
I'm not. There's a space. What are you gonna carry him on?
And I feel like we'll grease him up.
I'm trying to be.
Good.
It's a 60. You know what? Steve keeps talking. Brogan gets upset. He pulls out his flask in plain sight. Doesn't care. Takes an enormous swig and is like, okay, okay. Does anyone have any real suggestions? I look over at Zari and Carl.
As they were arguing, you could see Zari wrapping her hempen rope around her crossbow arrow, getting ready to fire.
Nice.
I will hand you my 30 feet too, as well, if you need it.
I have 50 feet, and it's 20 feet across. So
All right, let's hope you don't miss, because if you hit in the cavern, we're gonna need the other rope.
So
grab this end. She hands you the other end.
you see
Great.
across, there's rocks that you could shoot it at. There's not like trees or anything like that. Everything is stone around here. You can see that if you were to fit the arrow in between some rocks, it might actually catch and work, but you're going to have to be super accurate with this shot.
What does Master Splinter do? Is he like a frog person? Does he like get low and jump?
He looks at you all and then says, "Well, looks like there's a gap right here. We just might have to turn back."
I hand my crossbow to Carl because I know she's a better shot than me.
Oh.
Just like for the rocks.
That's so much pressure. Okay.
As you're ready to shoot, you're gonna need to beat an 18 to hit the special place to land this crossbow between rocks. To where
wait, never mind. I don't need to do that. I can just cast Mage Hand and
bring it across.
God.
Yeah, just bring it across, help tie it around, stick the arrow into the ground.
Awesome, that'll work. You can definitely do that.
Thank God.
Yeah, because if you didn't do that, I was gonna step in the wind it because it doubles my jump, and I was just gonna see if I made it. I was just gonna give it my best shot.
Awesome.
End of the podcast because Brogan fails the jump.
Yeah, watch I roll a 1 and just like trip as I'm about to jump and die, fall face first.
Just 60 feet onto your face.
Fall prepared. You have feather fall prepared.
Yeah, I mean, there was options. There was tossing Carl. There was doing a majestic horse jump.
How far is it? 20 feet?
Thinking about that.
How tall is
Let
Master
Carl go
Splinter?
on Argyle.
Master Splinter is about 5'7".
Oh,
How
so
far
I
is the
couldn't
gap?
push him across.
It's a 20-footer.
Well, if you got Mage Hand, let's just go with that. That's the surefire way to not die.
Yeah, so you've tied it to the rock. The rope comes across. And you guys, are you going to tie it to rocks on the one side, or are you going to tie it to Argyle, or what are you going to do?
Well, she asked me to hold it, so I have the other end. I'm currently holding it.
Yeah.
So basically what I tell the group is like, I'll hold it and anchor, and then I'll jump afterwards.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so who's going to be the first to cross?
Well, the first thing I do before we look at crossing is I look for a rock on our side to kind of brace my legs against. I'm a pretty strong guy, but if I can use something else for leverage to help me out,
Yeah.
i.e., so the fat green guy doesn't drag me to the abyss. I'm good to go. So I'm
Very
pretty
nice. So,
confident
how would you
with
guys like to
the
do it first?
small people. We're fine, and I'm pretty sure Steve is strong enough to carry himself. So
I'm googling how far the average horse can jump right now.
Ah, love it.
okay, well, why
make
Steve does
Triple A
what?
Oh yeah, so the average horse can jump 28 feet. So can I just get on the horse and jump?
I'm gonna need an athletics acrobatics from you, and then a d20 for the horse +4.
Oh, what? Having gone over the math in my head, I will go over on the rope, and I'm just going to trust that Argyle can make the jump.
Well, what I am going to do is I'm going to look at Steve and be like, "You've now entered the danger zone."
As you go across the rope, you're huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
I wanted to jump.
Steve,
Yeah.
Steve is very red. Yeah.
As someone who's never
So
been
does
like
Argyle
horseback
have to make a
riding or
roll
jump
to see if he
trained.
actually makes it?
What was that?
Does Argyle need to make a roll to see if he actually can make it? It says the
There will
average
be a
horse can jump
roll,
28 feet.
but I mean, if you tie the end of the rope to him, you guys can pull him across. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, we're
Yeah,
going to
he'll
have to
love
do
that. So I'll lash him to the rope.
Because he'll love
I'm
it.
just picturing Argyle on the rope, like doing a tightrope sort of routine, trying to get across.
If we were in the chaos realm, we could do it.
If we were
These
only
damn
in
regular
chaos.
realms.
If we were in the chaos realm, we would have turned this river into peanut butter and jelly already. And
Yeah,
Right.
you would have ate
All
your
right.
way.
Well, I'm sitting here holding the rope with Argyle. Will you guys get across already?
Argyle's slung upside down, like we're taking you to our leader style.
Yeah. He's slung the most awkward way possible for him. Yeah.
Literally
He's clearly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
See,
right.
Steve, this is why he wants to die.
He's living a great life, all right? I'm tired of you picking on my horse ownership.
Carl,
I'm not picking on him. He said it. You were passed out pregnant.
I don't believe that he would have said that. And I'll scratch his chin.
As you scratch his chin as he's getting harnessed up, Carl, do you run across? Go try to get across the rope?
Yeah.
Awesome. You're able to, definitely. Zari, same thing?
Yeah, I will also take Brogan's 30 feet of rope and make a little pulley system so AAA can get himself across.
Oh, very nice. I just picture a dog hanging there in a harness as it's just getting pulled across a chasm. Very well behaved dog, though.
Yeah, we're just rotating.
Is this that thing where it's almost swimming where they do this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's just like
You
Love
got
it.
it, little buddy.
So everyone's
all
across
right.
except for what? The horse.
So Master Splinter's across. He's good.
Yeah, he's good. Matt, he gets onto the rope, and you see he actually does like these weird monk pirouettes kind of a thing. Doesn't even climb across. He just runs across it.
So if everyone's across, I guess I just got to jump it. Let's get weird.
Let's jump. Give it an athletic.
Right.
You got your step of the wind.
So let me throw Step of the Wind. It doubles my jump distance for a single turn.
Gotcha. So you'll probably be able to make it perfectly. I just want to see what your acrobatics roll looks like, and we'll give you advantage from your Step of the Wind. 13. How does it look like as you land? You run across land, and you're kind of now hanging off the edge slightly. So what does it look like as you run and land hanging off the edge?
So I slap my legs and I'm like, all right, we can do this. No chaos magic. Not gonna die. Not gonna die. Not gonna die. Greatest sleuth in Waterdeep. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm pumping myself up the whole time. I take like 3 steps back and then I'm like, all right, it's just like long jump in high school. I can do this.
Brogan, jump.
I'm going. You got to walk. And then I take my 3 steps and I just, as much as I can, and I do the track pose, like trophy thing from the jumping stuff, and then only one of my legs makes it, and I'm doing the wobble, and then I sort of like fall forward, and I'm like, good enough, it counts, it sticks, your jump stops at where your butt lands. I fell forward, we'll take it.
And as you're
Carl
on the
holds up
ground,
a 6.
you you slide a little bit. You got a little road rash on your rear, and as you look up, as everyone's staring at you, including Master Splinter and Argyle, You look behind them, and what you see is, oh, sorry for the burp. You see what would be a 25-foot tall, red hair, black skin, full of armor, with a giant anime style sword on its shoulder, with armor on its legs, knees, and feet. It looks at you with fire in its eyes, standing behind everyone. And it is now towering over everyone about 30, we'll say 60, 70 feet on the other side of them, on another side of some rocks. So it looks like everyone's hidden from it, but you see it, Brogan.
Do I notice that it sees me?
It does not see. You can notice it does not see you yet. Give me a nature check to see if you know what this is.
I know it's trouble. If I had advantage, I would have known.
A 2. You have no idea what this is. It just looks like it's trouble, but it also looks like it made those footprints.
I am a super bad monk. Oh my god. Can I make a stealth roll to then catch up with the rest of the party and be like, shh?
Yeah, they're about 15 feet in front of you, so you could definitely make a stealth to do that. At
Okay,
16,
I'm way better at
you're
that.
in pretty good shape with a 16. Let me just double check the passive here. You just they have a passive of 16.
Well, the tie can go either way. That's your
tie,
call.
You have to
I am
meet or
trained in
beat.
it. But...
So you meet or beat it. You are square. Tie goes to the player in this respect. You
okay,
meet or beat.
So I sneak up to the group and I'm like, shh, really big fucking dude over there. Like super big. And then I kind of like take Argyle and I do that thing where you like pat the side of the horse so it's quiet. And I reach into my jacket and I give it and I give it oats because an apple would crunch too loud. And I'm like, and then I kind of like, yeah, we're good.
Love it. And as you do so, you hear Master Splinter. He's looking around confused, and he goes, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!" in a whispering voice. "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!" in a whispering voice. Do you slap him?
I'm gonna ask him if it's one of the gods.
Can I put my hand over his mouth, like as he keeps doing that? Like just put my hand over his mouth, like no.
And you hear him do that 2 things that happens when you're a kid. He starts to whimper slightly, and he licks your hand because that's what always happens when you're a kid and someone puts their hand over your mouth.
How old is this guy?
What was that, Carl?
How old is this guy?
He's probably, but he would be the equivalent of in his like 60s, kind of.
Oh, that's gross.
I look so unimpressed at everybody. Just so unimpressed.
Not mad, just unimpressed.
I lean over to Zari, and as quietly as I possibly can, I'm like, if you have another mage hand, do it 60 feet away and make a bunch of noise away from where we are. And then we're going to go this way.
And as you look over the rocks, Zari, give me a stealth.
Oh my god, please. Oh my god, please.
You don't have disadvantage even with armor because you're only in one place. A crit!
Yes!
Fantastic.
I'm talking about.
What does this mage hand look like as you send it out to go? You see this thing. Give me a nature as you see this thing right in front of you as you're looking out from the rocks. And what does it look like as your mage hand is now causing a distraction on the other end of the cavernous area? Oof. A 10. It's some kind of giant.
That was a giant. Zari's mage hand just start flinging rocks in the other direction, slowly moving away from her party.
Very nice. And as that's going on, you all of a sudden see what would be a plume of fire come off of the top of its head as it starts running in that direction of the rocks, another 70 feet away. And you hear from underneath.
Oh, so it takes 3 steps?
What's that?
Yeah.
So essentially, like 3 to 4 steps. Yeah, it starts moving in that direction and keeps going.
It's
in that
literally
direction.
like half around. Like 3 seconds later, it's like, hey.
And as it runs in that direction, you hear Master Splinter be like, he's trying to pull the hand off of his mouth.
If you are quiet, it's fine. If not, I'm feeding you to this thing.
I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. Let me roll what his stealth is. It adds a +5. 17. He
Thank
goes
God.
stealthy and he figures out what's going on around him because he looks at you all and very frightened. He's got fear in his eyes. He's shaking. He's sweating. You can see. You even hear a tiny little like squeak come out from behind him as he looks at you all and says, "Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. There are fire giants down here."
Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, I can see how that would
Thanks.
I literally do this. I give him the sideways face. Yeah. Yeah, great. Awesome.
Checks out. Math checks out.
Yeah. You've been so helpful so far. Wrong plane. Fire giants. Weird wave pool hug. Yeah. Okay.
Why
so
do we need him again?
Because he's gonna get me unspace pregnant.
Yeah. That's the only reason, Steve. Okay. So now, guys, we're gonna very quietly and very quickly go this way.
And as you all start to sneak, Zari has the 24. Give me your stealths, guys. I'm going to give you all advantage as this thing is very, very far away. Or as
Do
it's
you want me
moving
to go
further and
again or
further
no?
away. So even with a 22, you're fine. Even with your armor, we'll even give you the 22. The 9 is probably fine right now because it's
Do
not
you
going
want
to
me
pick
to
up.
go again, or am I all set?
You're fine. Yeah.
Okay.
As your party starts to move, following the river of lava above your heads, seeing that fire giant had gone out in the other direction, you are
I
now.
take my pimp coat off as we're going. I make sure I go in the back because with Step of the Wind, I'm hopefully fast enough to do it, and I keep going back and forth to get rid of our footprints as we're running, so that way it can't find us.
Give me a survival with advantage to see how well this goes.
Well, please roll well.
Nope.
It literally looks like you're just making a mess. Like you are just making a mess of
He's
the
accidentally
footprints.
making arrows that point in the direction that we're going.
You know
Stick
what
figures.
bums me out about that? That's like the smartest RP I've done for Brogan ever in all of our
It
sessions,
just fell on
and
its
it
face.
just backfired on me.
Yeah.
Like jumping out of castles and doing stupid crap goes super well, and the one time I'm like, oh, this is like applicable to my character, and a good thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm dumber than a bag of rocks, and I'm bad at being a monk. My bad.
Somehow letters come out and says this way, fire giant.
No, so I start doing it and I forget that I have a tail, and then it just sees like my tail. It looks like a big snake is doing it. So it's just one long thing of like my tail doing it. Oh no! You know what happens? I bet Argyle's behind me and everyone else is in front of me. So I'm doing it, and all the little hoof prints are still there, and I'm like, "This is great! I got it, guys."
Yeah, or even better, it looks like Argyle's there, so you see, it's just dragging, but your tail is in the middle, and then you have hoof prints on the side, so it looks like whatever this horse is doing, it's dragging something like a tail behind it, kind of an idea right up the center. Like if this fire giant walked by, I would say, "Wow, that is one strong horse," kind of a thing.
Yes.
Well, I tried, party. You guys don't know, but I tried. In my mind, I'm still the best sleuth in Waterdeep. I'm just really bad at adventuring.
Steve is just excited to actually be stealthing along and not like loudly playing La Cucaracha on all the rocks around. I guess like my normal stealth rolls go.
Yeah.
It must be because you're so wet from being in the pool. Your armor's just like naturally moving around as opposed to like clanking against your awesome dad bod.
Love it.
Well, you have no idea where Zari is. She just disappeared.
She does that.
She does that, and then all of a sudden she's choking me after the fact, and she's like, I got him.
Love it. As you guys walk through this area, you follow the river another hour or so into the caverns, hoping that where it goes leads to your way out into Yizgard, to find a god, to get you back home, to fix the world tree, to get Steve unpregnant. That is where we end today.
Thank you. Just trying to get rid of this space frog baby.
I want you to have it.
walking through a cavern in
Has the right to choose, Brogan. He has the right to choose.
If the next episode isn't titled "The One with the Abortion Clinic," I'm going to be very upset about this whole adventure.
I just want a nephew so bad, and it's probably going to be green. We're going to be the same color. I mean, I'm just really excited about it. I'll be like, you can be a little dragon if you want to be, buddy.
You can be anything
He's
you want to
working
be.
behind the counter at the deli.
But I'll be
Right.
dead. There'll just be a little picture memorial to me back there.
Yeah, as it comes out of your chest, like.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it has to burst from my chest. And
I'm getting really good at the whack-a-mole. I tried once with Bronco. I feel like I'm really getting it.
Yeah, just one more practice try and you got it. So yeah, that is where we end today. Thank you guys, cast. Round of applause for being awesome and kicking ass today.
Great job, everybody.
Yep, so glad to run this game for you guys and to be a part of this. Thank all of the listeners. Check us out on YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, Twitter. Anything you guys want to plug or throw out there?
I will say I was really happy that we had some people on Twitch today and we had some back and forth. I like that. We'll be on every week, and I love any suggestions, anything funny. If you guys have anything that's character specific, if you want to see more of something, less of something, please let us know. We're here to have a good time, but we want you to have a good time as well. So please don't be shy.
Thank you, man. And thank you, the viewers. Post everything you want in the comments. We're happy to hear it, and we love throwing it together for you all. So that's about it. We'll see you next week, and tune in. Talk to you all soon.